So Horizon came out. Pretty much sure you guys know about it. It's kind of hard not to know about it. They're acting like it's the first video game having female representation ever. Absolutely ridiculous. I didn't even bother talking about it, to be honest, because it's the same marketing. I mean, I talk about Lord of the Rings. Just take everything I said from Lord of the Rings and apply it to the New Horizon Zero Dawn's marketing. Because it's the marketing that I have a problem with. I don't know anything about the game. But the marketing is like, oh my god, this game has a strong woman on it with a realistic depiction. It's got hair on her face. Anyone who complains it is a misogynist. Oh, so many misogynists online attacking these multi-billion-dollar corporations. The misogynists, they're taking down the industry. Horrible. The marketing, right? 2022, what can I say? I'm used to it by now. The game, I have no idea. Maybe it's good. We'll see. But what I do know is that it's not up to standards for Anita Sarkeesian. Still lacking. Still lacking. Why is this still happening? Because we live in a free society, Anita. The freedom of the market. My private company can do whatever it wants. You know, I sometimes look at Anita's Twitter and I wonder why is this still happening. But I understand, you know, free society, whatnot. I worked on a game recently where I brought in an indigenous consultant. How much money did that indigenous consultant cost, I wonder? Like, how much money that could have been dedicated to the game went to the consultant? How many people would not have bought the game if it was for your consultant? You know, this is the numbers that I would like to see. Unfortunately, you know, social justice is not about numbers. It's about storytelling. Her story, her lived experience, what she felt. Did she feel? Oh, Do you know that there is actually a new job born into the industry due to cancel culture? Like, cancel culture actually created work for people. I'm not kidding. A cottage industry, they call it. So if you want to write a book, you're already being problematic. What are you writing about? Okay, if you don't have people of color in it, oh, it's a white supremacist book. You need to have people of color. But if you have people of color, you need to make sure you're not offensive now. You can be racist. You can be all sorts of isms. So what you want to do is you hide, like, for example, let's say you have a book which takes place in ancient Egypt. And you have black people there. Well, now you need to hire an actual black person to read your book, which can see if your book is politically correct or not. I'm not kidding. Like, there are these jobs. Like, let's say you want to write a book about an Asian lesbian. Well, you actually need to find someone that's a lesbian to read your book, to proofread it. A consultant, they call them. A consultant. So they read your book, and they will tell you if the book is appropriate or not. I know, it's mind-boggling, right? And you have all these people that offer their services, and they will say, like, I'm a lesbian woman of color that's into Islam, that suffers from autism, right? So you look at, like, their rap shit. It's like an RPG. You look at their traits, and you hire the particular one that fits your book so they can read it. And then social justice activists can't get your book canceled because you're like, well, if you have a problem with it, look, I had a consultant, and she told me this, so if you have a problem, cancel her. I did my job. So it's a shakedown. It's a shakedown industry. That's what it is. Hire consultants. We will catch this stuff. In other words, give money to Anita Sarkeesian. The developers used artifacts from several different tribes interchangeably. It was a mess. Oh my god. Can you imagine how many games they wouldn't have sold if they were to use artifacts from tribes interchangeably? Holy shit. Hopefully, we will learn to stop including this racist nonsense. Do you know that racism sells? Look at South Park. How many games did South Park, the Fractured Butthole sold? Huh? For jobs that require it, I bring on consultants with specific expertise. If you know games and have it... Why don't you make your own games, Anita? Why don't the consultants make their own games? We live in 2022. You have GoFundMe. Pretty sure people would donate. My god. This is what the industry is at. people leeching money from actual talent. It's like they don't make games. They don't make shit. They consult. Oh, God. What type of company pays these people? Why? Is it really that worth it to sell your soul? Like, to hire a person that lords over the actual talent, right? I think about this. You're a developer. You learn how to code. It's hard, isn't it? It is hard. Or you learn how to draw. I can't draw for shit, but it's a talent, okay? And especially if you're a developer which works at a AAA company, you probably know how to model and you probably know how to draw very well. And then the company hires this mortal busybody which doesn't know how to code, doesn't know how to draw, but they're there in order to lecture you and call you a bigot. It would be a good breakdown on the appropriations in Forbidden West, what significance they had in the original culture. You do realize that Horizon Zero Dawn takes place in a post-apocalyptic society. So the tribes there, they're not like indigenous people. I mean, they kind of are indigenous people, but they're not what you think when you say Indians, right? There was actually this interesting conversation that I had on Discord with a gentleman who said that, they kept saying, like, Horizon Zero Dawn is trying to be realistic, like they have realistic women. And it's like, okay, where's the slavery? Where's the rape? I mean, you look at the other societies where the government collapses and you have no more law. That's what you get. You get slavery, you get rape, you get a lot of horrible shit. You get the mafia, you get gangs roaming around. You want realism, right? I mean, we need to have realistic women. Why can't we have realistic environments, realistic storytelling? Let's go full on with the realism. Let's see what happened in Libya after the government collapsed. Let's put that in here. Oh, then it's not progressive, is it? So you're not into realism. You want fantasy. You want social justice. That's what you want. You want diversity. Let's be cut the shit. Cut the shit. And the reason you want diversity is that you want people like this to make a living. I mean, they have to put food on the table, right? Like, what other trade do they have? What else do they know what to do? If you put them on an island, like in that Survivor TV show, you put them on an island. Do you think they can fish? Do you think they can build a hut? Do you think they can do something? At least I can offer first aid. You know, I gotta say, I did first aid in med school. I did first aid in my driving license. Like, you have to do it in Romania. I did first aid when I took my first job. They also had like a first aid training. No one dies around me. All right? Until the ambulance arrives, like, I have this aura that gives... At least I have some skill, I guess. I can't keep a car on the road, but I can give first aid. What skill do these consultants have? They consult. Huh? Maybe that's what they do on an island. They consult you about how to properly start a fire. God. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.